this evening. I am so glad that you're here, and I am going to just share this super quickly. So we are going to talk about really your mindset. We're going to talk about mindset this evening, and the reason I want to talk about that is because I love studying it. I absolutely love studying it, and excuse me while I just share this for a hot second. And so, sorry. So we're going to talk about a little bit about, I've been studying this subject for a while, and I've always been fascinated with the brain and the power of the brain. Ask my children. They will tell you from the whole time that growing up, they always heard me say, if you believe you can, you will be able to, and as I grew older, I saw there were many other situations that absolutely just made me reaffirm everything that I already knew, or I knew at some level, that we become what we think about, and we can create things in our lives. And I didn't understand the power of that fully until I was much older, but I certainly recognized that if we thought we were going to have a bad day, if I thought I was going to have a bad day, I had a bad day. Now, what happens with that? That means I created that. It's just so silly. All right, I'm going to share a secret. One of my most crazy things that I did when I was a young adult is I created this situation in my head that if I dropped the soap when I was taking my shower in the morning, that I was going to have a bad day. Who does that kind of stuff? I did. But what happened was I thought that it seemed like the coincidence of having something go wrong at work happened the same time that I dropped the soap in the shower. So guess what happened? I'm sure you're guessing it right now. What happened is that every single time that I dropped the soap in the shower, I did have a bad day. I did, because that's what I said in my head. So every single action that happened, or not action, but every single thing that happened throughout the day, then reinforced the thought that, oh my gosh, of course I missed the training, or of course I, got into a heavy discussion with my significant, whatever it was, whatever had happened, it reinforced in my head that I was having a bad day because I dropped that soap. Oh my gosh. So I did that for a couple years, and finally one day I was like, wait a minute. If I can make a bad day happen, maybe I can make a good day happen. So I changed what I was thinking. Every single time that I dropped the soap in the shower. Now look, I'm sounding like I'm really clumsy, and I'm really not, but it's slippery in there, So, but every single time that I dropped the soap from that point on, after I decided to change that thought process, I made it to, I'm going to have a fantastic day. And I figured back then, I was 19 years old. I figured back then that even if it didn't work, it was certainly much more positive to think about having a good day than a bad day. So that was my, instead of proving it wrong, why not just go ahead and move forward in the day in a positive mindset? And guess what happened? I started having really good days whenever I dropped the soap. And so I was like, how is this working here? I wonder if I can create other things, and I don't think I thought I could create, but what I certainly learned was that how our mind works on the inside really definitely affects our attitude, our actions, and now I'm learning it affects our results in every single thing that we do. So even though I was a young girl and I didn't really understand what I was doing, I was actually using the power of the mind like so many others have before, and realized that your mind, your mindset affects your day, affects your life. So I started learning a little bit more, actually a lot more, about how that actually works. And so I just want to encourage you right now. All I want to encourage you to do is to be very, very careful about what kind of thoughts you're allowing in your head. And if there's something that's not quite great or good, get into the habit of stopping that process and replace it with something else. Okay? Hi, Deborah. How are you? Power of positivity. Absolutely. And the power of reinforcement and creating new habits to be able to realize that, all right, I've got to replace this habit with a good habit, and I've got to, I've got to do better. I'm going to do better at thinking good stuff, thinking good things. And this will change your life. It will change your life. And that's just a small step. So thank you for joining me. I totally appreciate it. If you have any questions, because I actually have a lot of stories about how I use the power of the mind and when I first discovered it as well. But if you have anything that you'd like to share, or if you have any questions for me, I'm here. Feel free to ask, because I am here. I'm going to hang on for just a minute because I know there's a 20-second delay. And if not, if you know anyone that may want a little bit of insight into how powerful their mind is and what they can do to help with the power of positivity, if I can say it, okay, I can say it. Feel free to share the broadcast and make sure you subscribe to the video after it gets done, because I would love to help you all with your mindset and what we can do to make it great for you all. So you have a beautiful evening, everyone. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are beautiful. I know that, and I want you to know that about you too. Have a great evening.